let's get into this Hilary Duff messy ass story. So I don't know if y'all been paying attention to all of this, but I have found myself fascinated by this mess. Like I went down a deep rabbit hole. It was like there was a video where there was some of that Hillary's husband went in on Ashley Tisdale because Ashley Tisdale decided to write a whole ed about a mom group that she was in, and she was saying that they was treating her like shit in the damn group. And of course, people had to come out and be like, "Okay, bitch, there's a reason why they was treating you like shit because you are a bitch." In layman terms, is what I'm trying to get to, that you were just a nightmare to be a part of this situation. So Hillary's husband, Matthew Coma, even jumped into the conversation and decided to throw a couple of daggers in her direction. So Hillary Duff's husband, Matthew Coma, has seemingly called Ashley Tisdale self-obsessed and tone deaf after the High School Musical star penned an essay about leaving her celebrity mom group due to their toxic and mean girl behavior. While Tisdale has not named the participants in the group, she was previously in a group with Los Angeles based moms, including Duff, Mandy Moore, and Megan Trainor. Now, on Tuesday, January 6th, a day, not that day of all days, a day after Tisdale published her scathing essay about why she left the group, in the cut, 38-year-old Coma came to Duff's defense by posting a fake magazine cover of himself with the headline, "A Mom Group Tell All Through a Father's Eyes. When you're the most self obsessed, tone deaf person on earth, other moms tend to shift focus to their actual toddlers." Here's the funny thing, that has got to be the longest ass title, but hold on, I got it. So is this one right here, is where he posted that mocking her. So he added a sarcastic caption, "Read my new interview with at the cut." The Independent and shout out to Independent because that's where I got the story from. They contacted reps for Tisdale and Duff for the comment. Now, all of this started because Tisdale shares two children with music composer Christopher French, wrote in her essay for the cut that she felt as though she had found a village in her mom group after the birth of her first daughter, Jupiter, in 2021. But Tisdale claimed the dynamic took a turn for the worse when she was frozen out of the group and excluded before she noticed their supposed high school style behavior. Well, Hollywood is like high school. Girl, where you been? I mean, you was in High School Musical. You should know that. Now, they said she wrote, "I remember being left out of a couple of group hangs, and I knew about them because Instagram made sure it fed me every single photo and Instagram story." Well, if you friends with these people, of course it's going to end up in their story, sis. Now she recalled, or your story. Now she recalled another incident at a dinner party where she was sat at the end of the table, far from the rest of the women. Tisdale said that when she confronted the group, one person sent flowers, then ignored me when I thanked her for them. Aside from family outings and baby music classes, Instagram posts from 2022 showed members of the mom group went on a trip to a resort together without Moore, who was about to welcome her second baby. Trainer captioned the post, "I have mom friends and I love them." A rep, I guess Tisdale wasn't there. A rep for Tisdale told TMZ Monday that her essay was not about her friendship with Moore, Duff, and Trainer, stating that Tisdale's essay aimed to highlight issues mothers face based on her personal experience from a different group of friends. But if that was the group you were in, obviously you had issues with them. And here's the thing, I don't understand why you didn't bring these ladies to the side and have this conversation with them instead of jumping on social media. Well, not even social media. You did a whole op ed for a magazine. So if you're going to put that out there and saying that you was feeling away and now you got everybody looking at us because we're a part of this group and we didn't even know this was how you was feeling. So you feel you need to exercise your demons in this article. Now people looking at me crazy. You wasn't specific as to who you was talking about, how many mom groups you were part of. So my thing is that I don't like the idea that she made something like this public. And the problem, and I mean, on one hand, I will say this, I'm of two minds. I get if you have an issue with certain people in the group and and you want to bring this to light to help other mothers who are probably in similar situations that are not A-list. Like you got regular moms from around the way that are part of a mom group, and there's an issue with one of the women, and you don't know how to bring this forth. Maybe this article will help them in that way. But when you're dealing with celebrities and stuff, celebrities just be high school and messy and just as dramatic and stuff. Hello, actors, singers have a flair for the dramatic. I don't know if you're aware of this, Ashley. I mean, doesn't she sing, dance, and act? So she should be aware of this. Like you should be bringing all this up. Even Jenna Bush Hader said that, saying that um, Hager, I should say, feeling left out in public because of social media, but also the fact that she wrote the article and made it public. I don't know. Good for her for telling the truth. But I also think private conversations are more and more important. Speaking your truth to the people who have hurt you should be enough. I hope we can also teach that if you feel wronged, if you feel hurt, show love. I mean, if you feel wrong and hurt, what does that mean? Show love. I feel like if you got an issue with somebody, address it. And if they're not going to respect you on that, then don't mingle with that friend. Remove yourself from that situation. But that's not all. So with all of that coming out, we got people out here sharing their stories. So we had That's So Raven's Annalise Van Paul, who was a waitress. They said after wrapping her initial run as an actress on Disney Channel, she had an awkward interaction with Ashley. So in an August 2023 Big Names podcast episode, because the people be out here digging. The 41-year-old told co-host Christy Carlson Romano recalled serving Tisdale 40 while working as a waitress, saying, "I want to say she was lovely, but," Vanderpool said, taking a drink from her cocktail instead of finishing the sentence. Y'all already know what that move means. That means, okay, if you can't say something nice, take a sip. So the Ravens home alum who once worked at New York City's Salvation Taco and Tavern on the Green for about a year, explained that Tisdale did not react by saying, "Oh my God, hi." The High School Musical star was instead so visibly uncomfortable that Vanderpool was tempting to tell her, "I'm fine, girl." Oh, because he's saying because at this situation, I'm an actress. Why are we going back to waiting tables? So now I ran into you and you serving me, and now I'm feeling awkward because now it's like, "Hey girl, how you doing? What you doing in here?" But look, if there's no shame in some people's game, if you got to do what you got to do to pay them bills because the roles are not coming in, humble yourself enough to do what you got to do. If I got to go back to waiting tables or bartending or doing whatever, then I got to do that because bills got to get paid. I'm not sitting around waiting for the next big role to come along, or I gotta marry good for somebody to take care of me. That probably wasn't her ministry. Maybe that works for Ashley Tisdale because she's married to a music composer, so she don't have to work or worry about money coming in because the husband's taking care of her. So the Broadway star she said, wanted to proudly say, "I'm actually really happy that I don't have to audition or am doing something I know I'm good at. I know when I clean a table and bring a meal that I can do that and there won't be any mistakes." Um, so yeah, that's what she said on that. And then they said while Tisdale's rep denied the piece was about her star-studded group, Duff's husband clapped back on Tuesday. We already got into that, but there's more to the story. So shout out to Page Six, because then they had this story. They said that this situation that happened with her, Ashley Tisdale, was a long time coming. So after Tisdale broke ranks and trashed the group that allegedly includes members such as Hilary, Duff, Mandy Moore, and designer Sammy Ryan, Duff's husband Matthew Coma seemingly slammed Tisdale back on social media. Um, a source familiar with the spat insisted to Page Six Matthew gave her what she had coming. The source further said of Tisdale, "She's insufferable," adding that the friend breakup has been a long time coming. Tisdale kicked off 2026, as y'all know, blasting her former mom group as toxic in an essay penned for New York Magazine's The Cut. Um, where she reflected on not being cool enough for the group's other members and sitting alone one night after getting her daughters to bed, feeling totally lost as to what she was doing wrong to be left out. She ended up texting the group. She wrote, "This is too high school for me and I don't want to take part in it anymore." Tisdale didn't mention names, but social media sleuths noticed that she unfollowed Duff, who's 38, and Mandy Moore, who's 40. So if she's out here saying that it wasn't about them. And then you have Hilary Duff's husband jumping in. Obviously, a hit dog is hollering and he's coming into the defense of his wife, which pretty much is giving away the situation that she got smoked for Hilary and Mandy. And everybody looking at Mandy, wait a minute, Mandy Moore is like as sweet as apple pie. Like that's the image she always gave off. First of all, ever since Mandy Moore came out, she did that song Candy. I've been a Mandy Moore fan. So I was never expected to be like, she's a mean girl. Like she don't give me that. I mean, I don't know these people personally. You never know. There'll be people out here who give this wholesome image. I mean, they true see you next Tuesday behind the scenes. So you never know with these people. But Mandy Moore always seems like she's sweet, but like I've never heard any bad things about her. And Hilary Duff, there's been stories about her over the years. Her mother was sabotaging a lot of people's careers, so I wouldn't put nothing past her. And I know Hilary's got a new album coming out. I think next month. So people feel like this might be a little sabotage being thrown in this situation as well. So yeah, he had came out and Hillary's husband came out and defended her and basically confirmed his wife's membership in the group when he mocked the cut essay on Tuesday, where I already just showed y'all the thing with that long ass title. And he didn't call her out directly, but we already know. But do you have to call somebody out directly when you post a picture like this where you're mocking her? And this is basically a mockery of this cover. That's the cover. And this is his mockery of it. So do we need confirmation of who we talking about? I think we go smart enough. I expect everybody who watches the show to be highly intelligent. So if we're watching this, I'm sure we all could put our thinking caps on and put two together and figure it out. Like, come on now. I hate when people are like, he wasn't really saying that. Really? Like, we're not dumb. So and then they said Ryan also seemingly alluded to Tisdale's piece by posting a clip of someone lip syncing to Megan Thee Stallion's hair with lyrics like, I don't care if these bitches don't like me because I'm pretty as fuck. Well, good for you, daughter. Now they said Duff's sister Haley seemingly sided against her sister by actually liking Tisdale's essay. So Haley Duff don't get along with Hillary. Where the hell have I been? Child, I tell you, there might be some truth to the fact that Hillary might be a mean girl. Hillary do give me mean girl tease. No shade. She always gives me that like, I'm pretty blonde one, blah, 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 blah. And then anybody that comes in and might conflict with her pretty blondness, it does seem like she gives very much mean girl tease. And I'm talking about mean girl as in like the character in Mean Girls. She definitely gives that. Now, they said that the supposed scandal even had comedian Chelsea Handler chiming in. Now, in an interview with Page Six Radio on Wednesday, she defended her wonderfully sweet friend Moore, saying, "I have no idea what went on, but I know Mandy Moore, and she's wonderful. She's a wonderful, sweet person. I'll just say that, but I don't really know Ashley Tisdale." So there was that, and then last but certainly not least, because I had to come with all the receipts. Well, this story was just unfolding and I told you I went on a deep dive. Cause like I ain't even in a mom group, and I'm more invested than the average person. So Rob Shooter, shout out to him, had the tea over there on his Substack and basically said Hilary Duff is in an all-out war with Ashley Tisdale and said the following. The drama in Hollywood mom circles is boiling over, and let me tell you, the texts and group chats are barely scratching the surface. Sources close to the group say that Ashley Tisdale has been a nightmare to deal with for years, and Hilary Duff is finally done playing nice, saying, quote, Ashley will start a fight over who brought the wrong snack to lunch or who responded too slowly in the chat. This is according to one insider who told Rob Shooter this tea. It's relentless. Hillary tries to smooth things over, but Ashley thrives on chaos. It all blew up after Tisdale's essay calling the group toxic and mean, but my sources say the diva behavior goes back to multiple vacations and Zoom calls, saying she'll show up late, leave early, and then post passive aggressive memes about everyone else's parenting. It's like living in a reality show, except nobody signed up for the drama. Now, Matthew Coma, Duff's husband, didn't hold back in the IG post, mocking the magazine cover, which we already went through. We don't need to read that again. And then also went on to say that other sources describe incidents where Tisdale ignored repeated invites to group outings and then complained publicly about being left out, saying Hillary sent her private messages saying, just tell us if you don't want to come. Stop stirring drama, as source tells me. Ashley never replies, then posts a long Instagram story about being excluded. It's maddening. My sources tell Hillary is fed up, but staying classy, saying Hillary's done letting Ashley control the narrative. She's calm, but everyone in the group knows she's done tolerating the nonsense. So clearly, Ashley is a chaos demon. Ashley likes drama. She thrives on it. And it's like, we're asking you, we're including you in the situation. Do you want to come or not? Let us know. Because if you're planning outings and stuff, that's money. Like, you got to find, like, if we're going to go out somewhere and we got 8 girls coming, you got to make sure, I'm sure everybody in here has seen an episode of The Damn Housewives where it's like, you got to, when they go on their little vacations and they got to, plan like, how many rooms we're gonna need, and this person that this one don't get along with this one, or this one want their own room, and I know this one might want a room with this one because they real close. So you gotta plan all. You gotta play a lot of chess when you're dealing with a lot of women and a lot of their personalities. So I can totally understand what all this other stuff is, and here you go looking with that face, judging how this mother over here is taking care, dealing with her child because she ain't doing what you be doing over there with one of them planet children. What they name Jupiter. So you're not dealing with. I'm not doing my child the way you do yours. Okay, everybody's different. Not everybody raises their kid the way you raise yours. You raise your child the way you raise yours. I'm gonna raise mine the way I raise mine. You don't have a right to come in and just giving that face like you judging. Mind your business. And everybody's not perfect. So if you want to be over there by yourself with your little one friend or your husband and your kid or whatever, then you do that. But I don't understand those people that be up in there just judging other parents in your mom group, or they coming in with passive aggressive stuff, or you want to post things on social media making us look like the bad guy when it's like that's not the case. So if you want to be, a chaos demon and you want to be up in there getting wrapped up in all the drama, then you go ahead and do that, daughter. But do that on your own time. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story? I'm sure there's going to be a lot unfolding with this mess as the stories further develop. But I definitely want to hear from you. And shout out to Rob Shooter for the old, that whole feud situation, because it's simmering right now, but eventually it's going to hit its boiling point. So I definitely want to hear from y'all regarding this story. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below.